Here is a post from soft.strob on Instagram. A link to the post will be in the description below. The mantra, "Trans women are women," is strongly pushed by males with autogynephilia. Autogynephilia describes a man's erotic arousal from the thought or image of himself as a woman. Auto means self, gyne means woman, and philia means love. What exactly is autogynephilia? For a man with autogynephilia, they may have a transgender identity rooted in sexual desire and erotic fixation. Autogynephilia falls under the paraphilic category of erotic target identity inversions. This person wants to transform into a copy of the thing to which they are sexually attracted. In this case, the thing to which they are sexually attracted is women. Origin of the term. The term autogynephilia, AGP, was introduced by Dr. Ray Blanchard, a research psychologist. In the 80s to 2000s, Dr. Blanchard did significant research and published many journal articles on his findings regarding AGPs. Some people say that the theory of autogynephilia has been debunked. However, there is plenty of evidence that autogynephiles exist, and I will go through some examples a bit later on. Know the signs. AGPs often rebrand their sexual arousal as gender euphoria. They claim that they cannot help having an erection during one of these incidents due to gender affirmation-related excitement. An AGP's arousal is often coded as gender euphoria. There are 4 types of autogynephilia. Number 1, transvestic. Erotic arousal associated with the act or fantasy of wearing women's clothing. Number 2, behavioral. Arousal associated with the act or fantasy of engaging in female typical behavior. Number 3, anatomic. Arousal associated with the fantasy or reality of having female anatomic features. And number 4, physiologic. Arousal associated with the fantasy or simulation of being pregnant, menstruating, or lactating. Transvestic autogynephilia is erotic arousal associated with the act or fantasy of wearing women's clothing. He may steal undergarments from a known female to wear himself, masturbate onto, or just sniff. He may be aroused at the sight of himself wearing women's clothing, including heels, bras, underpants, dresses or skirts, stockings. This can be looking in the mirror, viewing photos of himself, or exhibitionistically posting these images on social media. If he is closeted, he may wear women's underwear and derive pleasure from orchestrated situations where his fetish is revealed to someone close to him, who then becomes part of the fantasy. Behavioral autogynephilia. Arousal associated with the act or fantasy of engaging in female typical behavior. He experiences sexual arousal being feminine, for example, putting on makeup, painting nails, shaving legs, brushing hair, going clothes shopping with the girls, attending girls' sleepovers, perhaps even sitting on a toilet seat to urinate. Access to female-only spaces provides the ultimate validation of womanhood, and with that comes erotic pleasure. He may describe gender euphoria when acting like a bimbo or like a slut. This may attract attention from men in the form of mild sexual harassment, for example, catcalls on the street, which most women would abhor, but for these men it is sexually gratifying and a welcome validation. Anatomical autogynephilia. Arousal associated with the fantasy or reality of having female anatomic features. He may have fantasies of having soft, feminine skin, womanly curves, and or being penetrated in his non-existent vagina. He may wear oversized fake breasts or seek access to hormones and cosmetic surgeries to feminize his body for the purpose of sexual arousal or gender euphoria. For example, breast implants, Brazilian butt lifts, butt implants, facial feminization surgery, penis removal, creation of a neo-vagina, aka gender-affirming treatment. He may exhibitionistically post lewd photos of his body online, equally aroused by a viewer's validation or disgust. Physiological autogynephilia is arousal associated with the fantasy or simulation of being pregnant, menstruating, or lactating. He may enjoy having a period, side effects of HRT and may create false evidence of a period. He may steal tampons from bins or female housemates out of sexual interest. He may become jealous of a female partner or friend if they are pregnant, and accuse them of being insensitive when they share information about their own experience of pregnancy. He may simulate pregnancy with a fake bump and generate fake contractions using abdominal muscle stimulation. He may find it arousing to breastfeed babies and, if he has none, may ask a mother for access to her baby for gender affirmation. There's a critical difference between autogynephilia and most other sexual orientations. Most other orientations aren't erotically disrupted simply by being labeled. When you call a typical gay man homosexual, you're not disturbing his sexual hopes and desires. By contrast, autogynephilia is perhaps best understood as a love that would really rather we didn't speak its name. The ultimate eroticism of autogynephilia lies in the idea of really becoming or being a woman, not in being a natal male who desires to be a woman. From Alice Dreger in Galileo's Middle Finger.